Yeah.
Call the Montgomery County Industrial Development Agency Audit Committee meeting dated March 12th, 2026 to order. Item 2, new business, annual audit report from West.
Okay. So we have the basic financial statements for the Montgomery County IGA in front of you, dated December 31st, 2025. That is the year end. Page 1, 2, and 3 are our independent auditors report. And here on the top of page 1, paragraph 2, we say in our opinion, the financial statements referred to above present fairly. That is an unmodified opinion, and that is the highest opinion we have as a profession. After the opinion, we go into what is called management discussion and analysis. And this was not in the last report because that is a nonprofit. This is a government. So 20 years ago, GASB required management discussions and analysis to accompany governmental financial statements. So here in pages 4 through 12, we've laid out what the IDA does, the background of the IDA. We've laid out what type of tax exemptions we give. So basically going over what an IDA does. And then also in here, pages 6, 7, and page 8 gives a highlight of what the agency did in 2025. So before there were MD&As, there was no ability for management to put in items that they were working on. So we had the Montgomery County blueprint ongoing, golf course partner project, Log City project, the wind construction. So those type of things are in an MD&A. The MD&A will change for next year with the onsite, GASB 103. We're gonna have to do a couple more charts and things in there, but for the most part, everything is there and it is well done. The actual financial statements start on page 13. And this is a statement of net position. This is the balance sheet for the year. And basically the organization has $3.3 million in cash. We have some fixed assets. And when we say fixed assets, these are not buildings, these are not equipment. These are lands that we are developing. Those are our fixed assets. The due to other governments is Montgomery County, we owe them back monies. And we have a small amount of restricted funds. That's from the Beach Nut USDA loan. And then we have $2.7 million in unrestricted funds. And that's quite an increase from the prior year. If you turn to the next page, page 14, this would be the income statement. So we had expenses of $136,000 this year. And we had revenues of $1.5 million. So it was a really good year for the agency. Those revenues consisted of Dollar General and Amazon, those types of things, and that really drove the revenue stream for the year. We increased our net position from little over 2 million to 3.3 million. So really great job for the agency for this year. After that, page 15, we have our cash flows. And our cash flows just take you from the change in net position down to the increase in cash of $1.4 million. And that, again, I think next year will also increase a bit because we're getting another chunk of money from the projects. So then you got page 16, 17, 18. These are the notes starting, and on page 18, the fixed assets are listed out. And this has gone down quite a bit. We sold off some properties this year. So that is how we get to our 1.5 million. We have some Florida Park land, the exit 29 land, and the land in Kansas area for the City National Bank. What's it called now? NBT Bank now. So City National, when we started, I think, NBT now. But that's our fixed assets. And then it keeps on going over to page 19. It talks about what the due to other governments are. And as I said, that's monies owed to Montgomery County. And then finally, pages 20 and 21. Because this is a government audit, not a nonprofit. This is why it wasn't in the other report. We have to give a report on internal controls over financial reporting. So this is saying we cannot audit our own work. So here we rely on Sheila and Ken and the staff, and they do an amazing job getting everything together. no major issues, and we're able to put opinions on management's financial statements. So this is a clean opinion over internal controls for the financial reporting. And then finally, we just have a couple of things tacked onto the back, a code of ethics. And finally, there's a certification from the CEO, Ken, and the CFO, Sheila. They signed this report as being accurate. So that is the audit for the Montgomery County IGA. Really phenomenal year with the Dollar General monies and the Amazon monies coming in. Also sold off that Bushman property, some things like that, so. That is the audit.
Thanks, sir.
Yes, do you want me to talk about the schedule of investments, or you wanna?
If you would.
Okay, so the schedule of investments that came about a few years ago, and it's a requirement that the IDA has, and here again, we give an opinion, and the opinion is unmodified. Highest opinion we have is profession, and as Amy was saying, when you turn to page 3, you see that we gave you an opinion on 0 investments. And the only reason is because, like Amy was saying, the money market is less than 1 year. This agency is very limited in what they can invest in. The only thing that you really probably could invest in that would be considered an investment would be a long-term CD or a treasury more than 1 year. So this agency could buy treasuries, could be a 5-year treasury, then we would have investments. But anything short-term, less than a year, convertible to just a check is not an investment. So we have 0 investments, although we do have $3.2 million. And those $3.2 million are earning quite a bit of interest. So it's not like we're not using the money wisely. So that's the investment report. And again, there's an internal control over financial reporting where we say management had no issues getting the 0 on the report. So that's a clean thing. So that's the schedule of investment report and the basic financials for December 31st, 2020.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions or?
Or any questions? So Sheila gets a keeper job?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sheila.
One more year?
You're 21.
What do you need, just adjourn on this? Motion. I'd like to make a motion to accept both of the reports to Western. Yeah. Item A, annual independent audit report, make a motion to accept that. I'll first,
I'll second.
second, roll call vote.
Mark Walchuk, absent. Brett Fetterplace.
Aye.
Jessica Seer.
Aye.
That's
So moved. And make a motion to approve the financial investment report from Western Company. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
I'll roll call vote.
Mark Walchuk, absent. Brett Fetterplace.
Yes.
Jessica Seer.
Aye.
That's
So moved. And item 3, making a motion to adjourn the Montgomery County Industrial Development Agency Audit Committee. Today, August 12th. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
There we go. So moved.
Will you need us for the regular meeting?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.